Also, looking at the off week and film of the first 4 games, what were the biggest points of emphasis from the coaching staff? Areas you guys had to improve moving forward?
Yeah, I think together, we just need to play better together and, just execute better. I think that's just all the way across the board. Just need to execute better, play together, and just, move forward from there.
Yeah, Austin, obviously you got in there at the tackle position against UCF, you kind of working your way back. Can you talk to us a little bit about just what it was like, getting back to health and getting back to, obviously playing status going into UCF game?
Yeah, I'd say Moses and the trainers did a good job getting me back to where I am right now. Those few weeks I was off, just make sure I'm staying in shape and staying in football shape, which is different than just running. I think they did a really good job of keeping me, ready to go whenever my number was called.
The week going into that game, I guess at what point during the week, let's say I don't know, Monday or Tuesday, but what point during the week did you kind of feel you kind of good to go?
Honestly, I felt like I was good to go the whole week. I was just, whenever coach told me to go, I was ready to go, and that's what happened. So.
WCHL, With the timing of this first bye week, sort of splitting the non-conference and the conference schedule, are you looking at this as a reset into a new mini season, I guess?
Yes and no. I think right now we're just taking it, 1 week at a time, 1 game at a time, 1 practice at a time. But I think it did allow some guys to, reset and, guys that have been hurt get healthy. So I would definitely say it's yes and no. It was a reset week.
No, Weisskopf, Tarfield 24/7. Belichick called it awesome to have you back on the field and just your ability to play all 5 positions. How much confidence does it give you that you can play all 5 positions, and how weird is it, I guess, to not know necessarily, okay, I might go into the game at left tackle, but I might have to go switch. If someone else goes down, I might have to switch to right guard. How nice is it for you to be able to have that confidence in yourself?
Yeah, I think it's awesome just, knowing how to play all 5 positions. Because, you never know when someone's going to go down. So, having that ability to slide over and be, one of those best 5 that are out there, the best 5 combination that we have to be out there, I think it really, it makes me feel good being able to do that, just to know I can step in if anybody gets injured or, it just needs to be a switch. And I think that, that's big time.
Shelby?
First of all, just glad that you're back playing and everything. Congrats. I'm curious just if you could kind of confirm or explain what exactly happened in training camp with foot down. My understanding it was a non-contact foot injury.
Yeah, I just stepped wrong on it. Nothing crazy, just stepped wrong and just had to get, be out for a little while, and it is what it is. But I'm glad to be back here now. But
just how are you feeling, and what's been the process like for you in terms of kind of getting back integrated again, albeit in a different position you're playing?
Yeah, I feel great. Like I said, I think Moses did a good job, and I was swimming every day when I couldn't run, so that was quite interesting. But I've accepted the challenge of playing a different position. I've done it the whole time during my college tenure, and I think it's a good time playing some tackle too. Get to go out there and have some fun with some speed. So yeah.
Let's go to Cade.
Occasionally, it's Bill kind of talked about how hard it was to get this line consistent with all the injuries early in the season. From your experience, how do you kind of create chemistry when you've got different guys, different positions every week, and is there a way that you guys can kind of gel moving forward?
I would just say it's as simple as just getting to know the guy next to you. We've tried to start doing some O-line dinners and stuff just to, get to know everybody better and get to gel together, because it is important on the field, but it's also as important off the field too, to why the guy next to you is playing and, why you're doing it, vice versa, just because it makes you play that much harder.
Also, you talk about dealing with some speed. What was it like in terms of a crash course, getting back out there on the edge when you've been playing inside for the last couple of years? I guess it was, what was it, national championship game you last played tackle? I think just what was, I use the word crash course. Was that what it was the other day down in South Florida?
It was sort of bad. I got there with a lot of confidence to know that I'm athletic enough to play a tackle position. So, and I've done it for so many years, high school, previously where I was. So I think that, I wouldn't say it was a crash course, but, it was just kind of knocking the rust off, getting used to playing tackle, and it took me, I'd say just a few reps and I'm ready to go. So.
When you went back and looked at the film, did you feel like did you grade yourself? How did you grade yourself out for the first game back?
I would say I'm definitely my hardest critic, and I could, I'm always gonna say I could play better, but I think I could play better. Just me being my hardest critic, but yeah.
2-part question for you. One, obviously Chad played pretty well because you were a center, and that allowed for some flexibility for you to move out. So what has Chad done to keep that job? And also the second part is, when did you start maybe mentally preparing for the idea that you were going to play outside on the edge of tackle and maybe not go back in center?
Yeah, I think Chad's done a good job. Me and Chad have had almost a 6-year relationship. We were roommates at Georgia together ever since freshman year. But I think he's done a great job communicating and just playing hard and, being the anchor for us at center. Just being a great leader and, just telling the guys what to do, what not to do. And I think he's done a great job. And then, I didn't know when I was going to play tackle, but I just know that anytime when my number's called, you just have to be ready. I didn't know when. I just went out there and just did what I was told and played tackle, so that's how it went.
Grant? Hey, Austin. Just talk about your rehab. You mentioned that you did a lot of swimming. How does swimming help with your mobility and strength compared to other rehab exercises?
I'd say it definitely strengthened the shoulders, but I did it more for the conditioning aspect because obviously I couldn't run. But I think swimming, I was doing 100 meters of breaststroke for freestyle, and I would go up to about 1,000 yards a day. And, don't get me wrong, it was a shoulder workout, but it was more for keeping my lungs in a good spot and making sure I was in good shape. But, yeah, it was a great workout, though.
Two more. We're going to go Brian and Shelby. The offense obviously hasn't been up to what you guys, I think, would like it to be. Watching from the outside and then being part of it, what are you seeing that maybe isn't going the way you guys need it to go to be as productive offensively as you want to be?
Yeah, I think right now we just need to execute better, play better as a whole unit. And that starts with me. That starts with everybody across the O-line. Just everybody in general. I just think we need to play better as a whole unit, as an offense. That's all I guess. I just think overall we just need to play better and execute, and just go out and run the plays that are called, and just execute to the best of our ability. That's what we need to do.
Shelby, with the end note, I'm curious, just you kind of were touching on it with you and Chad, like your relationship there. Obviously, with you being out, were there any bits of advice or maybe like feedback that you gave to Chad when he was kind of trying to learn the center position?
Yeah, I was just telling him, you're the guy in the middle. You have to run the show every play. Center's a lot different than guard and tackle, where you have to talk a lot more. Maybe it might not be as physically hard, but it's a lot more talking, a lot more communication. You have to be the anchor and leader of that line. And I just told him to go out there and ooze confidence so the guys around you have confidence, and I think he's done a great job of that.
Perfect. It's time for everybody.
Thank you.
Start right here, Michael.
CHL, with the timing of this bye week, sort of splitting up the non-conference and the ACC games, are you sort of viewing this as like a mental reset into a new miniature season a little bit?
We just took it, just take the bye week to get better, focus on the fundamentals, go back to the basic things and make sure we're doing that right, and then we go from there. But yeah, it was a good week to get back to the basics and correct everything that we messed up in the past.
Next question. Brian?
Mario, what were some of those points of emphasis for you guys defensively? You say the basics and fundamentals, but when y'all were watching the film, what were the highlights, so to speak, from the coaching staff?
I would say just running to the ball, setting the edge, doing just all the fundamentals. It's no pinpoint of really anything, but we were just focused on just all the little things that each position group is taught. So I would say the D-line worked on their things, safeties worked on their fundamentals, and then the linebackers, we worked on our fundamentals. So everybody worked together, and we all going to come together this Saturday.
Yeah, what's kind of the demeanor been from the off week? Obviously 2-2 start, and then Clemson coming in. They're not off to the start they wanted to be. What's kind of the demeanor been going up against a team is going to be desperate to have a good show on Saturday too, like y'all?
We control our demeanor. We ready to get out there for sure and flush out that last week. We lost obviously, but we trying to flush that out and get on win this week for sure.
Shelby, so let's the end note. Lombardi and Belichick have talked a lot, both today and yesterday, just about kind of some of the difficulty in terms of the team practicing in the spring, because you had so many guys practicing that then ended up leaving, and there's so many guys that came in with the spring transfer portal that weren't practicing then. Obviously, you came in December. Just from your perspective as a player, were there any kind of challenges with your practicing with one set of guys in the spring and you come into fall training camp, it's a whole new group?
To be honest, I don't really look at it like a challenge. We just got to learn the new players. You know what I'm saying? They came in, everybody we were working out together, so we had a time period where it was summer workouts still. So we got to know each other. Then be in the locker room, hang around each other, and just build a team chemistry. And then when it's time to get on the field, we already knew each other. We knew what each person was about, and now we just learning each other on the field. So not so much a challenge, but just. Yeah, not really so much a challenge.
One of the questions about the defense coming into the season was the inexperience up front. Not many of those guys have played a whole lot of snaps. What have you seen from them in growth in the last few weeks? Because if you go back to TCU, there were some big runs from the line of scrimmage, but you guys have kind of cut a lot of that out. So what are they doing different to kind of minimize the explosives?
We just playing hard, man. Just learning from our mistakes. Really, just learning from our mistakes, playing hard, and just taking each snap at a time. I love my defensive linemen. I said that earlier. I'm gonna say it again. Those are my guys. They gonna battle for me. I'm gonna battle for them. So if I mess up, I know they got my back, and if they mess up, I got their back. So I love them boys.
Has the degree of improvement been something that's been gradual that you've seen as far as how they take on blockers, allowing you guys to make your fits, all that kind of stuff?
For sure. I mean, everybody's improving. Everybody's improving. Offense, defense, D-line, corners, linebackers. Everybody's improving. We all getting there, and we're just going to keep taking a foot forward every day.
Yeah, come on. As you guys begin to prepare for Clemson, what kind of jumps out about them offensively, or what do you guys have to do to kind of limit Coach Cook and the rest of the offense?
We just got to do what we do. Just do our job. If we do our job, take care of our fundamentals, do our job, everything's going to take care of itself. You know what I'm saying? I think our defense, like I said, if we just do our job and not too much worry about like who's on the other side of the ball, it's really more about us. You know what I'm saying? Not too worried about Clemson. We just got to take it internally and do our job for sure.
How was your relationship with Andrew grown since I know you guys knew each other in high school and then getting here? How has your relationship grown, and what's it like having him and your guys' ability to communicate with one another? What's it like playing alongside him?
It's grown significantly since we've been here. We talk off the field, on the field. That's my guy. I've been knowing him for a long time, and it's just gonna keep growing. You know what I'm saying? We're close friends, off the field, and we just trying to learn from each other. He's older, so I learn from him, and I'm sure he learned from me from some things. So we just trying to learn from each other and play the best football we can.
Is there anything that surprised you since getting here that you didn't know about him previously?
Not really, nothing surprised me.
Brian? Yeah, Coach Belichick said that Gio wasn't able to practice last week, and so I'm assuming Max got a lot of the reps against the ones on defense. What kind of challenges does Max present to you as a defense, and playing against him? What do you see from him?
Yeah, Max is a great quarterback, accurate, gets the ball out, good quarterback. But I'm really worried about the defense, so that's really it.
Adam? Kamori, in terms of, you're talking about learning from your mistakes as a defense, seeking improvement, those type of things. What would you say during the bye week might have been the most valuable thing that you all did, in your opinion, in terms of trying to improve and learn from your mistakes? Was it a film session? Was it maybe a meeting, players only meeting? I don't know. Like what would you point to is what you would say was the most valuable thing you guys did last week?
I would say getting back to the basics. I think that was important, and really going over and attacking what we needed to attack that we messed up on previously. So we went back and we reflected on all the last four and just taking a foot forward now. You know what I'm saying? We practiced hard, competed for sure. We competed, and that's the most valuable things. Getting back to the basics and competing hard for sure.
Is that like Steve pointing things out to the entire group? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Hey, good morning, Grant Sassery. Cardinals on that side. What's your relationship like with Coach Collins, and what has he helped you guys with in terms of improvement and getting you to the point where you guys are at right now?
My relationship with Coach Collins is a great relationship. He coaches hard. He understands football. He played it for a long time in the league, so he understands He understands the scheme, and it's a great relationship. He's not gonna lie to me about anything. He's gonna tell me the truth, and so it's just an all-around great relationship, for sure.
Time for two more. We're going Jeremiah and then AJ.
Yeah, Jeremiah Holloway with Inside Carolina. Maury, I wanted to ask you about your, I guess, kind of growth, this season. Obviously, last year, you certainly, had a role, made plays and everything like that. This year, out the gate, starting and, playing a heavy snap count. Just how have you, I guess, what have you learned through that process and just how do you feel you've kind of grown, I guess, as a player, taking on that?
I've learned a lot. Just learning how to go about a full game. You know what I'm saying? At Washington, I didn't start from start to finish in most of the games. So now I'm just learning how to go through a full game, just being poised throughout each game. I'm learning just to be a starting linebacker on a team this year. So it's a great gift. I'm blessed to be in this position, and I'm ready to take it on head first.
I guess, endurance standpoint, knowing, start to finish, you're going to be out there. Like, how, I guess, is preparation different at all? Just like, what are some of those things?
Yeah, the preparation is different. We practice a lot. I get more reps in practice, so that's going to prepare me more for the game. So I feel prepared going to each game, you know what I'm saying? It's different than last year, but it's a good difference, I would want to be a starter, so good, yeah.
Nice one for AJ.
Kamari, what are some of the things that Clemson does that poses a major threat to you guys? You guys have to be on a high alert for.
Nothing. Just got to handle our business for sure.
The scouting report on Clemson's offense.
Yeah. They do what they do. We're gonna do what we do, and we just got to play harder than them for sure. Yeah.
Perfect. Good stuff, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank y'all.